What is going on, guys? It is your boy Christian here to showcase my top 16 MADOLCHE deck list from this past DLE tournament. The tournament was about like 250 players, and it was a 7-round twist into a top 32. And somehow I managed to make it all the way to top 16. And I'm here to showcase my deck list and talk about my matchups. So without further ado, let's get into it. So for my matchups, my round 1, I played against the Trap Brigade. My round 2, I played against Ignister, which is the guy who ended up winning the whole tournament. My round 3, I played against a Virtual World player. My round 4, I played against an Eldritch player. My round 5, which was my first loss in the tournament, was against the Sky Strikers. I just absolutely bricked that game, and then that's the reason I lost. Because I mean, of all decks, why would I lose to Sky Strikers? But yeah, and then round 6, I played against another Virtual World player, and to finish it off, or finish Swiss off, round 7, I played against an Invoked Dogmatica player. Going to top 32, I played against a Printed player, and I won that one. And then top 16, I lost to an Adamantipator player. He made the Barlow Savage Buster Lock game 1, and it's literally nothing I could have done. And then game 2, I got greedy. Because I had lethal on board already, and I went to summon another monster and I got punished for it, so then I ended up just throwing that game away. I feel like I could have gone a little bit further if I just played it better in that sense, but that's pretty much all my matchups. So let's get into the deck list. So I'm playing, for my hand traps, I'm playing 1 Maxi, 1 Ash Blossom, 1 Impermanent, triple Nibiru. I'm playing one of each of these because I'm playing triple Cross-Out Designator, and I'm playing triple Nibiru because he's the best hand trap for MADOLCHE, because he's the only hand trap that doesn't go to the graveyard whenever you activate its effect. And with this deck, heavy monsters in the graveyard really stops like a lot of your plays, so you really have to be smart about when you use hand traps, especially if you do open up the Maxi and the Ash Blossom, because that can really like hurt you in the long run if you don't really understand like when to use it or how to use the hand traps. So yeah, those are my hand traps. For the MADOLCHE lineup, I'm playing triple Mageline, triple Petting Sewer, and triple Angelis. These are all your main starters that you have. If you draw any one of these, you have the full combo. So they're all really good. And I'm playing double Hoop Cake. He's kind of ish like a starter. He's like the only I want to say like the only like good reason for using a hand trap during your opponent's turn if you're going second is if you use either Ash Blossom or Maxi and you have the Hook Kick in your hand, you still have the full combo. And then you're playing your 3 bricks, which is Pudding Cess. She's a level. The reason she's a brick is because she's a level 5, but you still need a player because like you need her for your XZ plays and like to extend like during your first turn. And then your second brick is the Messenger Lotto. He does nothing if he's normal summoned, so you really only really want to special summon him from the deck. So drawing him really sucks, and he's the reason why I lost in Swiss against Sky Strikers. I opened both my Messenger Lottos 2 games in a row, and those are literally both unplayable hands. So that's my monster lineup. To get into the spell lineup, I'm playing 1 Feather Duster, 1 Lightning Storm, because I felt that I didn't want to play no back row removal, because I feel like I just had to play like some form of back row removal, so I played 1 of each. And then drawing these like going second is not bad. It's really good. It can help you like OTK your opponent essentially. Playing triple Pot of Prosperities. In this deck, you really don't care about your extra deck that much, because like you're really only summoning like the same like 3 or 4 XD monsters to end the game. So Power Prosperity is really good. The only downside to this is the fact that your opponent takes half damage the turn you use it, so you can miss lethal sometimes if you use it if you don't really account for that. And then for the MADOLCHE spell cards, I'm running 1 Chateau, 1 Ticket, and then 1 and triple Salon. Sorry. Salon is the best one out of the 3, so you're maxing out on that one, and because it helps you unbreak your hands. So opening Petting Sewer and Salon or Petting Sewer and Mageline is probably one of the best openers that you can have, because it allows you to play through like hand traps, even if you don't have like Cross-Eyed Destiny or Call by the Grave. And then next I'm playing double Call by the Grave because everyone's playing triple Maxi, triple Ash Blossoms. So you have to play 2 of those, and I'm playing triple Cross-Out Designators because this deck does lose to hand traps like so bad. Like literally, like if you don't draw Cross-Out and you don't draw Call by the Grave and have like a Maxi in their hand, like literally, like it's either you give them like 30 cards in their hand or you just end your play right there. So yeah, triple Cross-Out Designator. Like yeah, I feel like it's kind of needed playing in Master Duel if you want to play this deck. And then lastly for the spell is triple Droplet. Just an insane card. It just lets you play through like so many like otherwise unbreakable boards. So yeah, through this it's really good. And then for the trap cards, I already said the 1 Imperm and then double Promenade. Promenade is actually insane. Like the fact that you get to add a MADOLCHE card back from your graveyard to your hand and then negate anything on the field is actually insane. So it allows you to have a follow-up play, and plus as a negate for anything on the board. So yeah, so this is the main deck. For the extra deck, like I said, it doesn't really matter. The main ones that you really want to have are the MADOLCHE counts. So 2 Tiramisu is pretty standard. She's insane. So you get to target 2 MADOLCHE cards, shuffle it into the deck, and then you get to shuffle 2 cards, non-targetable, non-destruction, and then shuffle the 2 cards back into your opponent's deck. Like actually an insane card. Glass Souffle. She's probably the one that you're gonna go into the most. So you max out on her. She gets to detach 1 quick effect to target any MADOLCHE monster in the field, and it's unaffected by monster effects. So it allows you to not have a cleared board against Nibiru if you're going first, and then plus her second effect is the card, the reason why she's like actually an insane card. So you get to, like, if a MADOLCHE card is sent to the graveyard while this card is on the field, you get to shuffle 2 cards in any graveyards back into the deck. So even being the MADOLCHE monster they detach for the quick effect, the fact that you're sending a MADOLCHE card from like underneath her to the graveyard still triggers her effect, and you get to shuffle 2 cards into from the graveyards into the deck. So actually insane. And then Chocolate a la Mode. Her effect is if you have Pudding Cess attached to her, and a card is shuffled from the graveyard into the deck, you get to special summon a MADOLCHE monster from the deck to the field, which is also like a pretty good effect as well. So you get to use an effect, and she's not once per turn, so you get to use her effect up to twice per turn, depending on how many materials she has. And then her primary effect is this: she gets to target a MADOLCHE card or a MADOLCHE monster in the field, or not in the field, in the graveyard, and just shuffle it into the deck. So yeah, Chocolate Mode is really good. Sistart, it's I was sleeping on this card a lot, but then I literally ended up making her like every single game I had. And her effect is she protects all your MADOLCHE spell and trap cards, and then plus she's really hard to get over because if she will be destroyed by a card effect or by battle, she can shuffle a MADOLCHE monster from the graveyard into the deck, so it's really hard to out her. And then for the non-MADOLCHE extra deck monsters that I'm playing Entis for the Dogmatica matchup. I'm playing Heart Knight Draco. This could be any position. I just chose to play this card just for whatever reason. I'm playing Baguska because he's pretty good. If you summon him in defense, you get to negate all your monster effects, and then any monster that they summon gets to turn into defense. And then I'm playing Nightmare Phoenix. Also for the Adamanticator matchup, and then Underworld Goddess, just to if I have trouble getting over any monster. So this is pretty much like the deck list right here. There's not really anything I would change other than the Heart Knight Draco for like a Abyss Dweller maybe, but even that is kind of minimal. Like it's not really that important. But overall, like, I feel like this deck was really solid. Like I only break that 1 game, and then that's the only game I really lost in Swiss. And then yeah. And then for the side deck, my side deck, Jolan Lockbird for Pretty much like the matchups or the decks that search a lot, like Drytrons. I didn't really play any Drytrons, so I didn't really get to utilize this. Dimension Shifter, probably one of the best hand chops. Like for this deck, like I had this main deck before the tournament, but then I ended up taking it out. But this card is actually insane. Like if you go first and you have this card in your hand, I think you're like, in my opinion, like you're guaranteed to win that game because it shuts down so many decks. Its effect says if you have no cards in your graveyard, which during your turn 1, you can set up a graveyard where it has no cards in the graveyard and then still have your full board on. Like you still have like a full MADOLCHE board, and then just send them during your end phase. And its effect says you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard until the end of the next turn. Any card sent to the graveyard is banished instead. So sending this during your end phase only allows monsters on your opponent's turn to get banished, and because it's during for 2 turns. So the turn 1 will be the your end phase that you summon that you activated. So that'll be the first turn, and then the second turn will be your opponent's end phase. So it pretty much just like locks your opponent out during their turn from sending anything to the graveyard. So actually insane. And then I'm playing the Kaiju package. So 1 Gamma Seal, 1 God Lara, and then double Kaiju Slumber. I uncrafted these because I needed UR points for another deck, but I had these, I promise. So Kaiju Slumber, I just played the Kaiju package. I never cited these in. I just feel like I never needed them, but yeah. And then triple Cosmic and then double Golden Match. Golden Match because all your monsters are Earth. And then this is good against Tri Brigades. It's good against it's kind of good against Virtual Worlds ish, but it's good against like a lot of decks. And then triple Cosmic for backward decks. Yeah, so that's pretty much like the deck list. I want to give a shout out to the Luck&Chuck guys for allowing me to showcase my deck, and like I've been having so much fun on Master Duels, to be honest with you. Despite like it being best of 1 and what you call it on ladder. I've been just having fun just grinding it and just playing like a lot of different decks. I made multiple accounts so I can pretty much just build any deck I want for free. But yeah, so had a really solid tournament. I was really excited. I felt like I could have gone further if I didn't misplay during the Adam Emancipator matchup. But overall, like, I had a solid tournament, like I said. And yeah, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace out.